You go from
talk about last time they got drunk or
the
high.
last time they got drunk or high, then someone else has to tell their story, and then everyone has to sit there and go. And if you can't see what I'm doing, I just nodded and smiled, and then the next person goes, and we just keep taking turns. That's so stupid.
I want to hear about you eating cold pizza.
Right? Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, okay, bro. Cool story, dog.
Definitely.
And then it's always they put some weird shit on it, and it was awesome. I don't want to hear about that.
Mayo and
Mayo
and that shit.
Mayo and cold pizza.
All right, back into the story time. I'll give y'all a little TBT one. Happened in probably in high school. All right, so there was this party, and the guy had a free crib, whatever. So me and my boy, we were gonna go because he was actually trying to meet up with this chick that he was talking to for a little bit. So we get to this party, and she, the girl that he was trying to hang out with was there, and the host was there, and it was a bunch of people, whatever. So he was trying to get into her bag, try to get her. But something ended up happening, people started drinking and stuff. And then, the host was trying to back her, too, of, the person who was throwing the whole thing. So, what happened was, I saw this man take the girl to his room. They started hooking up.
You're saying the host did?
The host did. The host just, snagged her, started hooking up. The guy was playing beer pong. My friend was playing beer pong, whatever. So, he wasn't really focused on that at the moment.
Yeah. He was still talking to you, yo, this chick I'm talking to, right?
Yeah, he was like,
bad,
look at these pics, man. This is dope. She's fire. And then what happening was, they started hooking up, and then she comes, it was probably 15, 20 minutes. She comes out of that room. It's freaking dark as hell. Comes out, and then I see after me, a couple of seconds after, he comes out with his shirt off, and he has his pants he's buckling his pants up. So he's trying to show off that shit went down. Some lame ass shit. And then the nastiest part of this whole story is that she ran up to my friend and started just hugging him and started making out with him right after she just smashed his dude.
That's so weird. That's nasty.
That's
so nasty. I'd be so upset.
Are you fucking kidding me?
But wait, I think you're on something. What if she did that to make the dude jealous? Yo, I don't
smashing, make out with another guy.
Wait, would that work for you?
You might be onto something there.
Wait, chill. It's a little too much right there, man.
It's a little too much sauce you got going there.
Man.
Yeah, man. She's nasty.
Bro, that's pretty toxic masculinity there, man.
Let's talk some masculinity.
Why dudes always got to come up with their shirt off or trying to prove something?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. We don't care. You did it. No one cares.
But I think they do that so when you come out, they're oh, why your shirt off? Oh, man, I was just...
I just start finish railing her.
Yep.
No, that's fucking nuts. Whoever says rail's nasty. But start this shit.
Episode 3. First and foremost, I want to thank all our supporters.
Shout out to y'all.
We just we recently broke what? We broke 30. We broke
30.
30 subs.
High school
classroom. There we go. We're gonna upgrade eventually, and maybe get to a community college level.
About 50, 40.
Yeah. So definitely thank you guys for subscribing. It's tough, man. It's tough. I think I feel like a SoundCloud rapper right now, on the come up.
You got a couple of people be damn, I was go out guns blazing at first, but you gotta understand it's a process.
It's a process. I feel like telling people to like and subscribe. I don't like doing that.
Comment, subscribe.
Because no one really likes it, and most people don't even subscribe. So no one gives a shit. They just kind of hit you with I appreciate it.
Yeah, just send me the link, bro. I'll watch it.
Yeah. And they watch the first 5 minutes. But no, man, we got really good content. But we do. But I mean, I've had a few people come up to me, at the gym. And a lot of people did say hey, I really like it and stuff. So I don't know about you guys, if anyone said anything like that to you guys.
Absolutely. We get some little, critiques and stuff, but it's all for the build, and we're coming out here trying to be better, trying to progress more and give the best content we can possibly give you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a challenge, Those that know me, I don't really talk too much, but from back in high school, you guys, I wasn't really all talking to the person, but we get into that. We get into that, man.
Yeah, I thought he was silent. I thought he was mute for a sec.
I mean, I think if you know T and just who he is, he's kind of. I would compare him to like a Kawhi Leonard, like. He's just he's always quiet. You don't really know what he's thinking, but I mean, when you really get to know him,
what it do, baby?
What it do?
I have my moments, I have my time.
But he's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I like having him around.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Damn, bro.
But damn, speaking of just finished off all that high school story. You want to get to our high school bag?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably wondering who are these people, how they meet. I guess we can kind of jump into I guess our origin story.
The origin,
right? The origin story.
The Sweeterman origin story.
Yeah. So I mean, we all really met in high school. Actually, all four of us, Slade included.
Yeah.
It was a brand new high school that was built. And somehow we all ended up there. Well, T's a little bit. He's a year younger than me, so he was still in middle school at the time. So he didn't come in until about maybe a year later, right? So
yeah. I was a young blood out there, but I worked my way.
He came in. So, I mean, really, what brought us all together was basketball. We all tried out for the team. At the time, me and Will were on the team. Slade was the manager.
The assistant manager.
He wasn't the manager. He was the assistant manager.
I give my guys Steve some props, though.
But seriously, shout out to managers. I think that's really important in basketball.
Oh, absolutely.
Too.
Yo, they held us down.
I mean, yeah.
Well, Steve just held us down.
Steve held us down. But,
yeah, Steve held us down.
But Slade was there. And I think so. We all built a relationship, and a year later, T comes to high school, and then we start building that relationship with him when he's on the basketball team, and that's kind of how that formed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I was fresh new. I mean, I came from I'm from Japan. Lived in America for a year. I was in Oklahoma, Midwest City, for about 1 year, and then I moved out to here in Tampa. So, it was definitely a new experience for me. And that's kind of how I ended up here,
Damn. What's in Oklahoma? Yeah, that's a major. I don't know a damn thing besides Westbrook. Well, not anymore. But.
Well,
sorry guys. Sorry, Thunder fans.
I mean, when I was there, that was when Katrina happened.
Oh wow. Okay.
So actually, the Hornets was in Oklahoma at the time.
Oh shit.
Because their thing. So I got to watch a Hornets and Spurs game, and it was pretty dope. But no, I mean, Oklahoma, I mean, it's cool. Where I lived was kind of in the inner city, so if you've been in Midwest City, then you know what I'm talking about. But that's cool. I mean, I've gone to the more rural area, however you say
Wizard of Oz, I feel like.
Yeah,
what's out there, bro?
The rural area.
There's buffalo. There's buffalo and stuff out there, and a lot of Indian, the Trail of Tears, the Cherokee stuff. So my mom used to make us go to all those museums and appreciate the Indians and the Native Americans. So shout out to y'all too. But it was a good time. I mean, that was cool. I was only there for about a year, and then I moved out here, and I've been here since. Yeah, that's it for me.
Shit. My origin coming from high school. I was probably 15 when I moved here. Freaking man, I was in Yonkers, New York, and what's underrated with that is it's a little bit of everywhere though. I was right next to the Bronx. I was literally right across the street. 10 minutes was the 161st Street, the Yankee Stadium. Good ass time. But damn, culture change for sure though. The minute I got here, seeing fucking cows, sheep right across my backyard. Yeah. I'm because I grew up in an apartment, and everything around me was just apartments and some rural areas too, but not really. And it was just city life. But here, everything here's slowed down a little bit. And Tampa was always progressing. I think there's a lot of fucking wildlife here.
Yeah, that's true. I feel one thing I haven't gotten used to is I think living in the city, even in Japan, walking by someone, you don't say hi to them, you don't greet them.
No.
But over here, people will try to have a full length conversation.
Yeah, like, hey, how you doing? I know you're probably late for work, but nice time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck out of here. I need to go.
So yeah, that's one thing that's definitely a culture shock.
Absolutely.
But T, you've been here for a minute now, huh?
Yeah, I've been here for a minute too. It was actually a culture shock for me because I moved after 2001. I was in New York. September 11th happened, and then November I was here in Florida.
Oh, wow,
So,
you just moved after 9/11?
Yeah, just like that. So it was like.
Oh, so you were over there when 9/11 happened?
Yeah.
What was it? Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn. Yeah, so it was real tragic, So
How was it though? Like,
damn.
I mean, it was just like everything was shut down.
Yeah, 9/11 was scary, bro.
You know?
I remember that shit vividly. That shit was nuts.
Yeah.
Like everything was like blacked out. Like I never experienced a blackout. It was like multiple days. Like people were like literally like running in the streets, like going crazy. Like first responders, like you seen like on the news where people had like like they call that emergency electricity.
okay.
Like they put on the news and like it was like literally like everybody was like their hearts were in there like like hurting. Like it was so crazy. Like it was just like literally like.
It was a lot going on.
A lot going on. I
Plus
can't
because
really
we were
explain
young,
it.
so like we didn't really know what was going on.
I was at school too when that happened, and like everybody was like, "Yo, evacuate the school! Like the buses are on the way! Like we gotta go! You gotta go to your homes, be with your family."
You were about 8, maybe.
I was probably like
Yeah, I was like 8 when it happened.
I was like 8. I was like something like that, 8, 9.
8.
Yeah.
9. Yeah, it was scary, bro. Fucking use the can. I never saw a candle being lit in my house until that day. Because we always had electricity.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Serious.
Privilege. All right, bro.
I know.
Yeah, but it was but going back down here though, it was a mad culture shock. Like, in Brooklyn, it's pretty diverse, area. So I see people look like me, I see people don't look like me. It's whatever, it's cool. But when I get down here, the first spot I went to was like a Sonny's barbecue.
Oh, Sonny's barbecue.
So I stepped in. I was like, man, I'm the only one that looked like me. What's going on?
Damn.
So, like when people they were, wearing camo or whatever, I thought like that's for like the military.
Yeah, some Navy.
Maybe it's fashionable. Like down here, people they use that camo was like their life. So I was kind of confused. I was like,
Word, no one had camo up there north.
No camo up north.
No.
So.
What's like fucking Sean John Echo, Lot 29.
Yeah, I mean, it was the early 2000s. But I mean, we still wear that out here, right? I mean, for
Camo?
No, not camo, but I mean, I feel like Sean John, all the baggy stuff. I don't know. I feel like meeting you guys and shit, like it was kind of cool. Like I don't really remember how
cool.
Like when we met.
This guy, Russell.
Well, because even when we met, like even when we met on the basketball team, I feel like in the beginning it wasn't like I was that close with you guys. Like I don't think I hung out with everyone. I think everyone was in their own.
We were trying to make the team.
Yeah, we were just trying to make the team.
We were trying to make the basketball team at that time.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't really close. I don't know where I started bonding with everyone. I think what it was is there was like a local rec center, so I think what it was is
people would go to the rec.
We would play at the rec over there, and I ended up playing on a league in like their like the teen rec league, and that's when I started building a relationship with some of the basketball players on the team and starting to know people, and that's how I kind of got, I guess, known to everybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I kind of built my relationship with everybody.
I mean, my first recollection of you, and I think I told you many times, but like, I knew you were like Asian descent because like you had that hairstyle, like
oh my god,
yeah, like the pointy hair, like it was over his eyes, like it was like right here.
I had super long hair, and it would like it legit covered like
it covered your whole
face.
eye, all your whole face.
Yeah.
And then he had like the Air Force One monies. Yo, sorry, bro.
What's wrong with this, man? What's wrong
Yo,
with
what?
Look,
that's when I saw you. You had that. You had like the backwards P.
Like Nick, bro, like.
Yo, Nick was a
he had his he's here. He's together now, but bro, like his hair. He used to shop at like Paul Mitchell, those hair salons. That's what I thought he used to go to, man.
He
Like,
used to go to Paul Mitchell.
he had like the long flowy hair.
Okay, his haircut.
His
Paul
haircut,
Mitchell.
yeah, Paul Mitchell. That's how long his hair was.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
way.
You had that perm, dog. You had like a perm.
No, I had like
With, like,
long,
spiky
I
gel.
had like long anime hair. All right,
It was
because-
definitely anime.
because that was a style in Japan. I mean, that's what we rocked with. But once I made the basketball team, the coach pulled me to the side and he said, "Hey, you got to cut that, son." And I mean, I cut it. So yeah.
And that changed your life, right? So what happened after you cut it?
That
Like,
changed your life.
Well-
He was more visible to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of mess me up on the babasketball court for a little bit. I had to
course.
adjust because
You
I used
was
to,
like this, you're like,
I used to get used to like waving my
Fam.
head and shaking my hair.
There was one point you were doing a play, and I could not forget this. You had a play, you were dribbling it, and you're like going crazy, and then like you were like moving your hair, just like
Probably, honestly, I probably did.
I was like, yo, make a move, G. Like, this man was like he was like he has really good handles, but like
I do.
you gotta make that move, G.
yeah, man.
He was like moving his hair, like he's still in one place.
But I mean, I think overall, like in high school, do you guys think y'all were like popular? Y'all think y'all were nerds? Like, not
Shit.
nothing against that at all. But
No,
I'm just saying,
no.
like, what did you guys personally think?
wasn't for me. I could tell you, like I wasn't shit. I didn't know anybody. I literally just came. I was like sophomore year, so like people kind of knew each other from back, the other high school, whatever it was.
Yeah, you kind of were awkward. That's how I remember you. You were just kind of awkward, and you always dressed really weird. Like we would have basketball practice like Saturday mornings. This man would roll up on a bicycle with like the shortest of shorts,
Bro,
and then
don't
he
do
was,
that.
and then with a giant heavy North Face jacket. And he just looked ridiculous all the time.
Damn. So how you really feel? Jesus. Damn, bro.
I remember
That
that.
was a swag though. I had mad North Faces.
Yeah, and I feel like T to me, he's just quiet, this quiet, shy kid.
The shy guy.
Yeah, I mean, he could shoot a little bit, but he was he was a quiet shooter,
Silent shooter.
assassin.
Silent assassin.
Silent assassin, bro. I did a
So-
lot of. I was just around.
I was just
I was
around.
around a lot of observing.
Like you were in the circle, but you were like like in the back, like you're like just observing a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know when me and T started to click.
Yeah, I was just talking to him about that off air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think what happened was like hanging out with like you and like Sean and then his brother.
Yeah,
And then, then them. Then he was with them, so then we was all
Well,
like.
yeah, I knew like within our group, like he hung out with kind of, I wouldn't say the younger crowd, but his age group because he's a year younger
Yeah,
than me.
yeah.
But then I don't know where the transition where you started hanging out with me happened. I mean, we always hung out. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then there was a point when I don't know. Was it?
I think it was probably like in the summer or
I
the
don't know
gym.
It has to be in the gym. I think.
Gym.
But there. I mean, I think when we started building our relationship, which I think once you started going to college, I think that summer you came back your freshman year when you started hitting the weights.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about.
When me, you, and Ryan.
All right.
Yeah, like we lifted a lot, and I mean, if you see him now, it's a product of my creation.
He's a product of my
Product
creation.
Product of my creation. It's a lot of hard work.
Jesus.
I saved him from when I found him. He was working out at Planet Fitness, and
Under his wing.
and I took him under my
Took
wing,
under
and
your
he
wing.
hasn't looked back since.
You gotta start somewhere, guys.
You
Don't let,
gotta
don't,
start
let, don't let them
somewhere.
talk. You got Planet Fitness right now, hey.
Yeah,
Keep
word.
grinding, man.
Yeah,
No,
don't-
and no, I'm not bashing Planet
Yeah,
Fitness.
some like old head like, yo, what'd you say, son?
No, but seriously, I think if you're in the gym and you're trying to improve yourself, I think that's very important. I'm just teasing. But having Tootsie Rolls at the front is kind of ridiculous. That's kind of nuts.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, they have like a giant thing of Tootsie Rolls as you walk
Yeah.
in.
Sometimes I have pizza days,
That pizza there too. What the hell?
That's
pizza,
crazy.
bros.
A little counterproductive.
But I think if you're in there and you're really trying to get that work in, then it's good. But I definitely took it to the next level.
Dang.
So in high school, can you say like that's when you start like taking relations seriously, like as far as like dating? Do you think that's where it starts?
Ooh,
Like,
what was our dating life looking like?
I might as well leave this segment of the podcast.
yeah.
I mean, it
T,
wasn't much, bro.
T, you didn't date anybody.
you
Nobody,
did
bro.
they know what in high school?
Nah, it was a
Did you even
dud, bro.
Did you even talk to anybody?
Oh, I shot my shot, man. I was a
did you?
shooter, bro.
Oh, you were shooting?
I was shooting.
You just weren't hitting. It
It
wasn't
just wasn't
connecting.
hitting, bro. It was.
Jeez.
I was 0 for 30 out there.
Oh man.
That's crazy. I mean, What do y'all think of mine? I don't know. I don't want to be biased.
You were like in a relationship back around like
Was it 10th grade?
10th grade.
10th grade. Oh man, yeah, it was 10th grade.
he said, "Oh man."
But what did you do? Like, how did you split game? I feel like it'd probably be different. Like when you were high school. Like,
Yeah, how'd you bag the bag?
Yeah, what's your bag, man?
I don't know. I've always.
Cute.
I feel like I don't know. I think I was always kind of cute a little bit. So I feel like.
The haircut after you.
Even with the haircut, man. Man, I hate y'all, bro. I hate y'all.
You're more visible, dog.
No, I don't know. I don't really remember my shot. Like, what was the thing then? Like,
Okay, well, the thing for me was I tried to take the same classes as chicks. So
Oh, really? So you're like mapping out some
trying
classes?
to map the classes. So I took
shit.
like a couple years of French. I was trying to get on that French game.
Oh, check out that French game.
So je suis parler, oui oui.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm
Oui,
trying to do,
oui.
but
voulez-vous coucher? I feel that.
That was man. You saw that from Swiss Beats, bro.
I did. It's actually Lil Wayne.
Oh, it is.
It was Lil Wayne. But no, I don't know. I don't really remember. I feel like it was MySpace.
ooh,
I think it was.
that changed the game.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
MySpace
come
came
on,
out.
Tom. Cut us a check.
Cause check Tom,
Nah.
bringing you back.
But I feel like back then, like that's how you kind of like try to talk to some of the girls in your class. Or honestly, I don't remember. We should do one day where we try to like find our MySpace and read our DMs. If
Yeah,
that's still a
right.
thing.
I tried actually a few years ago.
But I don't know. I don't really remember, to be honest. 'Cause
My-
I just remember being in a relationship.
It's just you woke up one day in a relationship.
I was just in a
Consumed in high school.
It was consumed for sure.
I was in a relationship for like a minute, so I didn't really get
In
to,
high school?
Yeah, in high school.
I think my first, at least my first year, it wasn't even at my school. It wasn't even at Sunlight. It was another high school that I was like trying to bag like other high schools on like MySpace.
Oh, so you were trying to do like off campus type of?
Yeah, but I hung with people that was like out there, like I don't fuck with my school. Like I'm gonna try to bag the girls in this school. I kind of follow them, and then it led me to a relation for a little bit, and then like I remember like 11th grade. I don't think I was really in that bag, but I was like trying to flirt.
Yeah, I don't remember you getting girls, but I feel like you glue up. I feel like you glue
Fair
up.
assessment.
It's a fair assessment. I mean, let's be real. I feel like
That's facts.
all of us weren't really like bagging
No.
girls.
We're trying to get on the team still.
Yeah. We're still just trying to stay on. We were trying to stay on the team.
Trying to get that PT, right?
Yeah. But I feel like when you came back with and you freaked the game with your chin strap.
Oh, when I came back from New York that senior year.
He's probably one of the first people with facial hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so.
That's what it was.
I think so.
That's what it was.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. Yeah, I definitely got some off of that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had to freak it, man. I had to freak it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I couldn't imagine if like. Can you imagine if you stayed? Well, T, I know you didn't have a high school sweetheart, but could you imagine if you were still with your high school sweetheart now?
Shoot.
It's a sign.
Shit.
It's a sign. That means no.
Yo, like a lightning bolt just hit this apartment.
Don't you ever say high school sweetheart. But like for real though, like think about it, like back in the day.
We all had our high school sweetheart. We did things to try to impress them in the moment.
Uh-huh.
We learn from the game that way.
Yeah, sure.
That's how we are. That's what makes us the men we are today. So.
Yeah,
Would
that's true.
you stay with your high school sweetheart?
Wait, say it one time?
Would you stay with your high school sweetheart?
Say it one time?
Go ahead. Take us to the next level.
Take it there.
Take us to the next level.
Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn. No.
Yeah.
Take us to the next level. Kidding me?
If you ain't gonna take us there, I'll take us there. Hell no, man. I
Probably
wouldn't.
blocked, actually.
Yeah, you probably are, honestly, but
Probably.
nah, I don't think I would. I feel like honestly, if I could, I'd take it back. Save me a lot of time. No, seriously though, I feel like I mean, I put a lot of time in that for no reason. But I think when you're in high school, you kind of
Yeah,
you think it's your whole world, but it really wasn't.
Right.
I honestly see, man. Well, I feel like it's gonna be me just putting shit on myself. Y'all better start stepping up.
No, I got you.
I feel like when I broke up with her, one of the things is like we would say was like, you're gonna be like a scar on my heart forever.
That's what she said?
Yeah, she said that to me. Good thing she's probably never gonna hear this anyways. But but she did say that, and I was like, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna hold this scar forever too. But really,
you say this when you're in the rain together. You're like, it was raining and shit, or no?
No. This was like via phone call or something.
Oh, it was
But it was on Uvu? Skype?
Oh, Uvu.
It might have been MSN Messenger.
Oh, Emerson. That's
I'm
you
kidding.
creepy, dog.
You creepy as hell.
or AOL or something like that.
Ew. Oh, no, that's so creepy.
I don't know.
AIM.
That's not the point. Yeah, AIM, whatever. The point is, at the time,
There you go.
we thought it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But, like, looking at it now, like, I couldn't care less.
Hey, you hear that?
I got to take us to the next level.
I gotta take it. I mean, with mine, well, it was like 2 or 3. But it just made me like, it gave me like something to like work on as far as like.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're doing. You got to build a base. You got.
Yeah, you definitely got to build a base. You got to like.
I feel like high school is when you learn what you don't want in a relationship. Because I learned real quick, like, shit I wouldn't tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to. There's certain things I couldn't take or handle. Maybe because you're also immature too. But you learn.
Facts.
I think that's when you start learning the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Slade, you had a high school sweetheart?
Guess not. I don't remember.
Yeah, he don't have.
I guess not. I don't remember. You guys, I don't remember.
Did you shoot your shot in high school a
Yeah,
lot?
it was like
Who?
more in like junior year, I think. I don't know, just like
Who?
remember Yada and like.
He's dropping names, guys.
Damn.
Yo, the
Like,
name
it's hot.
drop.
Yeah, wait, you said who?
No, I mean like we were cool.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah.
like, well, in high school, it's more like shooting shot at Publix and like some girls at Publix. And shooting
Oh yeah,
shot
because you were
That's
the
right. Did you get with any? So just there's like 3 of us in our high school that had jobs, and Slade was one of them.
Slade was one of the 3 people who had
I got a
jobs.
job my sophomore year.
Yeah, so he was
Yeah, you
working.
were
He was
there.
working young. So did you bag any girls while you were working at Publix?
Being the bagger.
No. So you just shot your shot at what, coworkers or?
It was more at Red Robin, dude. That's when.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
You did.
Yeah, he was a Red Robin.
Red
Sure.
Robin.
Well, we'll
What was
dive
that?
deeper.
We'll dive into
Junior.
You don't have to dive in right now.
I'm talking a lot, yo.
Bottomless head.
Bottomless head.
That's the nasty.
Yo, I remember this man trying to freak the game when he worked there. He was like, "Yo, man, I got you with the free fries." I was like, "Yo, Red Robin gives you unlimited fries." Slade, bro, you're nuts, bro.
Yeah, man. But I feel like but on a more serious note, I feel like when you instead of dating your high school sweetheart or just in high school in general, when do you think it's like it's time to get into like a serious relationship? Like, what do you think age appropriate? I know we're gonna all say, well, it depends and that whole thing,
Right.
but like, let's just put like a number on it. Like, when do y'all think it's kind of like, all right, you get all your hoe shit out of the way and you start building into like, all right, it's time to like lock it up and get serious at this point in time, right? Because I feel like when we were younger, or like the generations before us, it was about getting in a relationship early.
Yeah.
But now in today's society, when do you think is like a good age to start locking it up? Go ahead, T. You're thinking, yo, he's sweating.
A good age.
Like a good age. Like, what do you think? Like mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s?
Like getting into a serious relationship.
Not just getting
Serious.
into one, but like, Rick, when I say serious, like starting to think about proposal, thinking about
Oh, it's gotta be
kids,
like
all that stuff.
Whoa, man.
I could say like people start like around like mid-20s.
But what about you? What do you think? When do you think is like a time to start?
Really think about it. Probably like 30. 29, 30.
30. You got to go through something first. I feel like you can't just your first one. You got to go through.
Oh
something
no! But I feel like you go through that in the early 20s. But I mean, you're saying with promise rings.
Yeah, you young. You don't even know what the promise is, but you just like, hey, I promise.
Fucking LeBron James, I promise.
Hey yo, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. I used to think promise rings were the corniest thing, and I used to bag on anyone that did promise rings.
Did you really? Why?
Until I got
Oh, what?
promise ring.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Promise yourself?
You received one?
No,
You
I didn't.
received
I
one?
didn't no.
You received the promise ring?
I didn't receive one. I gave one, and that was from that was more of a symbolism for me to say, hey, look, like I'm going to take this serious, and I'm if I put this ring on your finger, I'm promising that I'm not gonna like cheat. I'm gonna be a whole boyfriend. Like an entire boyfriend. And this is something I think girls don't understand is where there is a difference between a boyfriend and a whole boyfriend.
That's a fucking fact.
And guys know what I'm talking about, and most guys are like, dude, don't be saying this shit right now because you're gonna mess up my entire bag. But as a whole boyfriend, you're actually not talking to other girls, you're actually being real, and I feel like that's something I was aiming for, you know. So I think that's what a promise ring meant to me.
To you, so that was justification of buying.
Yeah,
so you're showing physically that you're being serious emotionally.
Yeah, so every time I would see that ring on her finger, it told me, you know what, like it reminded me what my overall goal is.
Yeah, what's your purpose?
And like, so if I ever was tempted to like go out and like cheat or
not even that, just
not even just cheat, but I mean,
being like a position
but I mean,
that you weren't supposed
but
to be
being like not trying in the relationship, I
Yeah.
feel like that was always to me. It became a symbolism of every time I see that ring on her finger, she goes out wearing it. She needs to wear it with pride. So I have to be a boyfriend that she can be with, you know, in a way that she can brag about me.
Yeah.
And say, hey, what is that ring? My boyfriend got it. It's a promise ring. That's my man. You know, and it was kind of
keep that.
Yeah, that's how I did that.
Okay.
But yeah, what about you too?
Yeah, I did a promise ring.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I did one when I was in college. You know,
Ah.
it was kind of big. It was a big move, man.
Yeah, it sounds like
I was broke. I was working work study.
Dang.
I was slaving, man. I was
Work
slaving
study.
for these.
Was it expensive?
It was expensive, man. I went to Jared, man.
Oh,
I went to Jared's,
shit.
bro. Went to Jared's, man.
Whoa.
Did it big back then.
Dang.
Oh
Big
my
back then.
god. Why? Wait. So what made you? Okay. So
Shit.
what made? And you know what's funny is
I got a
that's
lot
a-
of questions.
it's
a lot of questions right
it's
now,
funny that I gave a promise ring, but when he tells me he gave one, I have so many questions. No, I don't know. I don't know why I gave mine. I just felt like it was right and the timing was right. And
Absolutely.
it was like my big like I feel
Big
like
gesture.
I feel like girls don't understand for a guy to fully commit. Like it's a big deal. So I think I had to make it a
especially
big
like
gesture.
this day and age and how young we are.
Yeah, and how young we are, and I feel like for me, but so T, when you decided to do that, was it like, did you think about it? Did you tell your boys like, hey, I'm thinking about giving a promise ring out? What do y'all think? Or did you just kind of like what was going through your mind to do that?
Nah, I knew it was all me because if I talked to y'all, I would have talked me out of it. So I was kind of like,
Yo, come on.
this is what I'm feeling right now. This is all me right here. So you know, yeah, kind of ventured out, just did my own thing. You know,
That's what's up.
try to explore. You know.
So how do you present a promise ring though? Because I don't have any like, I don't know. I never did. Every girl it was like, yo, give me the real thing. I'm like, sorry. It's like right now.
I think it's a placeholder, right? I mean, a promise
it's a
ring.
placeholder?
The promise ring. I think the real reason a promise ring exists is a promise that I'm gonna be with you until we get married, right? Like we're committing to each other before we commit to each other fully. So how did you give your promise ring?
How'd I do it? It was probably on some. See, type of me. I'm kind of like a dude that's kind of like nonchalant with it. I'd be like,
You're like,
He said,
hey, they're like sitting on the couch watching Netflix. They're like, he's like, yo, like,
Hey.
by the way,
by the way,
you're welcome.
It's kind of like,
That was a vibe?
That's the kind of vibe I was on, you know. Just
kind of like I just kind of
in the,
stumbled
in the
across
moment,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
just
in the
like,
moment, that type
here.
of thing, you know.
He has it in his shirt pocket.
Yeah, the shirt pocket. Jesus.
It's wild.
Shirt pocket. What shirt pockets? You?
Pocket. No, I'm never mind.
Whatever.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I feel like with a promise ring. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I gave it, I was nervous as shit. Like I was nervous, and it's stupid because it's not like I'm giving a promise ring and you're going, no, I ain't gonna. I can't promise you nothing. You know, it's like you can't. If there's a guy that's been rejected from a promise ring, please contact me now. So
Yeah, please DM the Sweeterman podcast.
Hotline.
We're a hotline for you.
I have
We'll help you out.
so many questions.
And we'll help you
I have
out.
so many questions. So but I don't know why I was nervous. Like, oh my God, it's too much. I can't take a ring, you know, to promise. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was nervous. Luckily, you know, she didn't deny it. She was actually happy. So I think it's a transition of. But then it's also different for the girl if that's her first promise ring, right? If that's her first promise ring, then does she wear it all the time? Would you feel the type of way if she didn't wear it?
I mean,
T, would you check her finger to see if she was wearing it?
Yeah, I was checking, bro.
Oh, you were checking?
Yeah, I was checking in more of my grades, bro. I was kind of like, shit. So, yeah, it was a big step, man, because you got to think, I just threw myself out there,
That's true.
you know?
I used to get tired. I'd be like, where your ring at?
Where's your accessory?
Where's your ring at? But, but I understand, for a girl's perspective, like, if you're not used to wearing a ring, then, like, you might forget. Like, it becomes a habit,
it's a habit.
right? Like, you got to take it off when you wash the dishes or, then you forget to put it back on or, like, those kind of things I think we don't really do. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I could wear a ring personally because I work out. Like, it just getting in the way, probably feel uncomfortable and my hands sweat. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to.
Gym rat.
Yeah, definitely.
But, I don't know. I never did because I never had someone who wanted a promise ring. It was like, I want the real thing.
They want the real thing over the promise ring?
Well, yeah.
I feel like a promise ring should be like a buffer, though. That's
some girls don't want that shit. Some girls are like, yo, like.
Have you ever joked about giving someone a promise ring? And to see what their reaction would be?
No.
No?
No. Yeah. I mean, I got ring sizes. Yeah, I got those things. But, like, I didn't really, like, get the ring.
Slade, you ever,
I'm thinking about whose idea was it to give a promise ring in the first place?
It wasn't my idea.
No,
wait, what are you talking about?
But
no, it wasn't my idea.
It was my idea.
Because I think it's like a religion thing.
Promise ring?
I don't know. Let's Google it. I don't even know the concept of a ring. Like, who decided, let's put a piece of metal with a diamond, like a stone on it, to like show your mind. You don't have to Google it now. I know you like doing your independent research. Well, let's do that independently.
DeVry Kuwait, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, man. But, I mean, I don't know. Promise rings are kind of, they're kind of weird. Weird in its own way.
But, so off that, let's say we did that, we promised, the promise didn't work out, things happen, and people just, like, separate. How do you, like, what do you think is right to get back out there? Like, what do you think is right to possibly, like, get back out there and find a relationship?
And bounce back from a relationship?
Bounce back from something that didn't work out, unfortunately.
I feel like for me, it would definitely have to be, like, one of the biggest issues with, like, the society today is we big up each other, which is good, but we do it too much where we don't give enough credit for why you broke up. So, for example, when a girl breaks up, her friends will shit on the guy and say, you deserve better. God. It was all his fault.
The barbs.
Right? You deserve better. You did nothing wrong, which that's true to an extent, but at the same time, you have things that maybe you needed to work on, right? Because at the end of the day, no one knows that relationship.
Absolutely.
Like, as a guy, and it's not just guys, right? We can do, we're progressive, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a heterosexual relationship. It could be, whatever.
Yeah, it could be, whatever you like.
So I'm just saying your significant other, the other one your friends are obviously going to take your side and go, hey man, you know what? You tried. It's cool. Let's just get back out there and bag. But I feel like then what happens is we start to go, we just need to find the right person instead of going, okay, what are my flaws?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what we need to start doing first. We're too focused on moving on from a relationship then instead of actually internalizing what happened. And where you were wrong. And I feel like what I would do is kind of take time. I've been taking time to, like, myself to think about what issues I may have and, like, what I need to work on. And then that's what I would like to do before I would even kind of go back out there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's very important to have self-reflection.
Self-reflection's key. What about you, T? You think you had to bounce back from a relationship? Like, what are the keys to it?
The keys, I think it really depends on a few things. Time of year is big.
Time of year.
If it's summertime.
Hot girl summer?
Hot boy summer. I don't know. It's like it's a season. It's a short season.
Seasonal thing.
You know, if it happened in the summer, I'm gonna have to push through. I'm gonna call you guys. Hey, pull me back out there.
Put me out there, coach.
But you know, if it's winter, I gotta really calm down.
That's true.
So really reflect.
Reflect. You know.
Watch 25 Days of Christmas. You know, watch TV.
Get myself right.
Just hit the gym.
Hit the gym, and I'm gonna be ready next summer. So.
So you think you're saying that it's pretty much relying on your friends to kind of get you out of that slump and be there for you in your time of need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Plus, like, you know, the friend, what they should do is like help you self-reflect. Like, I mean, yeah, like it happened, but like, why did it happen? Was it you? Was it them?
Yeah. And I think
it's gotta be real about it.
Yeah,
like, you gotta really put into the side. Like, hey, man, like, I'm here to support you. Get yours, but
and I think that's what I think friends need to start doing more is actually telling them, hey, you know, I know you got out of this relationship, but watching it from outside in, obviously I'm your friend, I'm going to take your side, but these are some of the issues that you were kind of doing that if I saw the way I saw it, if you just did it a little differently, maybe we wouldn't be in that situation. Yeah. See what I'm saying? But I mean, bounce back. I feel like honestly, just take your time. I feel like don't rush into anything. Don't rush into anything. I think one thing I learned is like you want to kind of take time for yourself, right? I think that's one thing I've read up on. Facts. Is like you want to find things that actually make you happy as an individual.
Yeah, don't find happiness from somebody else.
Yeah, because you get in a relationship, then you start building what's happy.
You're independent.
Yeah.
You're independent for your happiness, and that shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's one thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long y'all think?
I knew this was gonna happen.
No, I mean we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about this. It's totally irrelevant, but it is a side topic that I kind of want to get. We were talking about this the other day, and I just kind of want to get to the bottom of this. So, how long till a girl is no longer off limits? This is a setting for if a group of guys go out, meet a girl, one guy goes, "Hey, I call dibs." How long until that girl is up for grabs again if the guy, say she's not interested, or if that guy just doesn't handle his shit to get that girl?
It depends. It depends, huh?
But depends on what?
It depends on, I mean, how fast the girl moves. I mean, she could be like, yo, I just want this guy.
But what if she's showing no interest to that?
So show no interest? Okay, so if the girl shows no interest, not like, you know, you're shooting your shot, nothing's popping off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, realistically, it's probably like less than like 3 months, 4 months.
4 months. To move on?
Not to move on.
Shoot a shot if it don't work out.
If like in the group of guys like, yo, like, that's all me. But then he's like, it's all me, but he's not getting anywhere with it. He's trying to say like,
okay, so like for example,
someone else in the group would like to take a shot.
So for example, right now there's 4 of us in this room. Say we go out, say Will meets a girl, he wants to take her out, or he immediately sees her, instant attraction. I want her. Naturally, us 3 would back off. That's he called her, he wants her. Let's see what he does. Couple months go by, she doesn't really talk to him. She doesn't really show any
affirmative action.
Any action, and he doesn't make any action. What says that now T you can't? Is it okay that you get to go in? You see what I'm saying?
When the person you're trying to go after, they don't show any interest. I feel like
so it's like right after.
It's like it depends.
It's like I should have texted. Like, she's replied. That means I get in there. Like what the hell?
Nah, like you gotta wait a little waiting.
Well,
period.
yeah, respectfully, you have to wait.
I think it's my perspective because I've been on the opposite side, so it's kind of like
same.
There's been someone who's kind of like, yo, what's up with you? But my homegirl's feeling you, it's feeling me, but it's kind of like, you know, I can't really cross that boundary. So I kind of feel like, damn, like sometimes I should just there be no boundaries. It's just.
But that's why I feel like the code is play all vibes.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we live. That's how we live it. Not in our group, but I'm just saying how most guys do it, right?
Yeah.
If we just play all vibes. If we go somewhere and say we go out to like a bar and you want to start talking to a girl, but for some reason she just keeps talking to, some other guy in your group, you just kind of have to back off. You can't just be that persistent weirdo that keeps talking to her, because a lot of guys do that. And now you have two guys just trying to tag team this girl.
That's fucking nasty.
And then now it just makes her creeped out, and then she disappears. See what I'm saying? So I say, if you do, and you like say you have a head start, 2 months. I say about 2 months. And if you can't really, realistically, if you can't progress anywhere where like you can't even get her to hang out with you in a 2 month time span, then she's obviously not interested, because now not only is she not hanging out with the other guy that could be with her, she's probably using that energy to hang out with another guy that's not even.
But what if you were like in like the top 5 and you were 5?
But you're not.
It's not.
If you're not, ahead of because you, if there's 4 ahead of you, so
someone's gonna like claim a spot of the 5.
But what if? So you're saying if you're in the starting 5, but you're the 5th option.
Yeah.
But if I said, "Hey, yo, sub me in," and I start balling out and taking over as the 1 or 2 scorer.
Okay, well then that's you.
So then at that point, you can't restrict that person.
Yeah.
You have to let that person go in and score.
You gotta let him produce.
Yeah, let him produce then. Because at the end of the day, you might be upset, but that person will guarantee the win. And if you're a team player, then you're a team player.
So 2 months.
You're not a team player, Will? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I am. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna discuss on the podcast, but can't believe you said that. But no, I just said I thought like 3-4 months is like a good frame, but
that's
like,
too long. That's
but I can see your point of 2. Like I can definitely see your point of 2 for sure.
Yeah.
And like if they score, you can't like have like no like.
It's no bad blood.
No bad blood. Yeah.
No bad blood. And I feel like if you can't do that, then you're kind of, it's like you're gonna
you're hurt.
You're hurt. You're envious, and then that's someone that's not part of your circle, right?
Yeah.
Like you want
straight up hurt.
Because girls do the same thing, right? I feel like girls do that. Like you.
Do they?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. You know when girls go and they meet a group, they claim who they want, and if they wait to see what that guy does. If the guy's feeling somebody, then they kind of go, and then it's the same thing. But then they go, okay, you know what, Jessica?
Jessica.
Typical.
Tom.
Name.
I know, right?
Tom, Jessica,
Ashley.
Sebastian, whoever.
Tom is feeling you, Claire. You know
Tom
what I mean?
is feeling you, Claire.
So you know what? You get Tom.
Karen.
That's how it goes. No, Karen's with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss? Anything on your mind right now? What do you think about right now?
What am I thinking about right now?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just.
I don't know what I'm thinking about.
I'm just trying to get through my days, man. I'm just trying to get through my days. Again, I'm happy for us starting this pod. I mean, it's hard. If you want to talk about the hardships of YouTube and podcasting and creating content, it's hard, man. Just trying to, I think, come up with episodes and kind of like topics that I feel like you guys would be interested in hearing. That's hard because I have a lot of insight and I could talk about a lot of things. I think it's just really about what people actually want to hear.
Yeah, how we put it together,
Yeah.
Consistently.
Because I'm shooting out texts to you guys all the time saying, hey, what do you guys think about this? And trying to build the episodes. So honestly, if you guys just go to the Sweeterman podcast on Instagram, just DM us. Will or T or Slade, they kind of take care of all that. And you can ask them any questions, like honestly anything.
Yeah.
If you want to ask T, what his like morning routine is, I swear to God, I'll make him tell us his routine.
What do you eat for breakfast?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't care what it is. You can ask us legit any question, we will address it. Any topics, like say something you're going through. Like maybe you're having a situation with your significant other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yo, ask. We'll give you the real guy perspective of how we would interpret any situation. Like seriously. Other than that, man, I'm cool. Again, thanks for hanging out and keeping time to listen to us.
Support.
Quote unquote like and subscribe or whatever. But seriously though, subscribe. Seriously.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'll help us out.
Yeah, it would definitely help us out.
Help us with more content.
I'm not gonna really do it for the subscribers, but if I can get 4 people that like really, really rock with this and really want to hear what we have to say, I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sound like trash because I've been sick for a couple of days, but I appreciate you guys, listening still, and probably put in the comments like you got a cough drop or something. But yeah, I got you.
Did you cough?
Yeah.
Did he cough during this
I
pod?
don't think so.
Yeah, I did. I coughed many times.
You better not cough during this pod.
Well, it's the side, the dab and shit. No?
I don't think people cough during podcasts.
We're human beings, man. People get sick, man. But it's for the pod. So.
Okay. That's my closing remarks. Any closing remarks from you guys? No, y'all just ready to go home?
Yeah, man. We're kind of ready.
But yeah, like I said, closing this out. Like I said before, thank you everybody listening. And close out with this.